Representative Luis Moscoso with the 1st Legislative District. How are you doing today?
Doing very well, thank you.
How did you survive the snowstorm and the ice and everything?
It was difficult. We got snowed in a couple of days, a lot of shoveling, which I haven't done for years. Pulled my roommate out of the fish pond and had a lot of fun.
Okay, so this week your big gang bill had a hearing. First, talk to me about this bill.
What this bill does is it sets up a partnership council to grant funding to a number of organizations around the state that are dealing with gang problems in their area. The idea here is to be sure that these programs that are trying to reduce gangs in our communities have the funding to do the right kinds of things that are necessary. There hasn't been any funding available for this for the last 6 months for some programs that did have a minimal amount given to them a few years ago. But the need to do this is so much greater across the whole state, particularly in some of our rural areas, which are really strapped for any kind of funding to do this work.
Now, you've been working with the community in general. What are the best practices to do this?
Well, the best evidence-based practices that we know about from both federal studies and state studies is prevention and intervention, where you deal with young kids in grade schools and in middle school before they really get into the gang lifestyle. A lot of people will talk about, well, why can't families take care of this? Well, I think families would like to take care of it, but in these economic times and the hardships that some of these families, particularly minority families, might be facing, the resources to have the kind of sort of Leave It to Beaver family we think is the American ideal just aren't possible. So
everybody's working.
Everybody's working, and in the recession right now, it's even harder that people are out of work for a long time. So it's just a matter of the community coming together and working to provide resources, working with law enforcement, other community groups, church groups, to see what can we really do to save our children.
You are also co-sponsoring another gang bill that is sponsored by Representative Connie Ladenburg, and that one is on gang courts. What does that bill do?
Right. What that bill does is to try to give youth who are in trouble an alternative. Before they get into the regular court system, that they will go through this gang court. They will have to deal with their problems, maybe even spend some time in juvenile detention, but they will be in a position to get their life straightened around before they get into the regular adult criminal court system, so that they can correct these things before they turn 18 and the record can be cleared up, they get their life back together, and it's a better alternative than throwing them into the regular court system and then losing them forever.
So it's a safe and effective way to get kids out of gangs.
Yes, it's another tool that we need to use when somebody has broken the law, but they're still a juvenile, and we don't want to get them into that pipeline where other perhaps juvenile or certainly adult criminals are going to improve their ability to become professional criminals forever.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time, and we will be back soon.
Thank you.